All right, so let's get to it here today. Obviously, Sixers tonight. So if you want to comment on the Phils, the Eagles, we're going to do a lot on them as well. But let's start Sixers. Basic question for everybody at 215-592-9494. Are the Sixers basically already cooked? Do you think this thing is all but over? So let me take first crack at it. I believe the 76ers absolutely can still win this series. Now, obviously the odds are stacked against them. I don't have to tell you that. I mean, when you're down 3-1, that's a hole. 2 of the final 3 games will be in New York, and that's going to be a brutal environment to have to play up in. I mean, that crowd is going to smell blood tonight. But I will tell you this. I feel like the Sixers are more in this and have a better shot than most teams, honestly, that I've ever seen that are down 3-1. Now, I don't want to be naive guy here today. I mean, believe me, guys, I, too, share the frustration with what we've seen. I, too, have the trepidation that, Joel just might not be able to summon it up enough. And even if he does, it might not be good enough because, your third best player is not good enough. Your fourth best player is not good enough. I mean, someone said to me yesterday, and it might be true. I mean, the Knicks might have 7 or 8 guys better than the Sixers' third best player. They really might. So I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying the Sixers have the inside track, but I don't think it's over. I know that the Sixers certainly could have won all 3 games they lost. 1, 2, and 4. Now, they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't.
Point differential in the series is incredibly
close.
The
hallmark of this team is they fail to seize opportunities.
That is right.
And it drives us all nuts.
That's right.
Oh, I'm sick of watching
John, where are you? And again, everyone at 215-592-9494. I mean, do you think the Sixers can still put a charge in this and realistically win 3 in a row? Do they have the skill? Do they have the will? Will they have the health to pull it off? John, where do you stand as we sit here on the morning of Game 5?
Joe, they're the best team down 1-3 in the first round of all time. I am not pleased.
Well, I don't know
I've been trying so hard. That was sarcasm.
Okay.
Complete sarcasm.
I thought it was clearly sarcasm. John.
Yes,
I
am so beyond frustrated, and I've tried so hard. I wanted to believe that they could do this because I felt that the scope and Joel's rest and everything was shaping up so that this year would be different. And even like the games start out, and I believe that they're going to turn out different. Like the first quarter of games, it feels like we're always jumping out to these leads, and we're looking dominant when these games start. And Joel, Game 4, he had 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists in the first quarter.
Yeah.
It was finally going to happen. He was finally going to lead us to the promised land, but he can't maintain, and we can't maintain, and it's a mixture of things. It's a physical thing. It's a mental. It's an emotional thing. But like every year in the playoffs, it feels like that rope with the prize at the end is slipping slowly through our fingers again.
Yeah.
Our basketball team has not come close to maintaining the intensity and the toughness and the discipline that's necessary to win in the postseason like that team across the court is.
Yep.
They haven't come close to approximating that because our star is too sore and tired and hurt, and he just isn't given enough help outside of Tyrese Maxey to really make this realistic. I tried so hard. I wanted so bad. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to step it up. No one has done enough. But that's the problem. They are tougher. They are stronger. They are meaner. They are better when the game ends.
So you're on the road
because they're tougher.
They're
really
on the roast,
struggling, and I'm really frustrated with the way it looks because right now it feels like the second round is like a distant aspiration. Think about that. This is our team that I was certain had a great shot to get through to the Eastern Conference Finals, compete for to represent the East because of the talent that I thought existed on our roster. I have so many issues with the way things have. I have so many issues. I can't believe we're still wearing a gigantic brace on a knee that was scoped 2 months ago. I can't believe. I can't believe we don't know more about that.
Well, I know more about that without knowing more about that. He's more injured than you thought.
No, or they're allowing him to baby this.
If it wasn't the playoffs,
okay,
he
Joel,
wouldn't be back.
you want to wear a giant brace
he wouldn't
for
come back.
a scope?
He wouldn't
Go
come
ahead.
back.
No, it's possible they're saying whatever makes you feel comfortable, and that makes him feel comfortable. I'm saying when you do that, it makes you think about the knee all the time, even though you don't have to, because it was fixed 2 months ago.
They're trying to protect his future, though.
Well,
they are. I mean, they have an investment in a guy that's one of the better players in the world.
Well, the way that they're handling it, the way that he is handling it, it doesn't feel like it's going to give us success. The way that this is weighing out.
So here's the deal. Again, everyone at 215-592-9494. Do you think they're basically cooked? Or can they still punch their way back in this? I mean,
Punch their way back into getting to the second round?
Well, just to winning I mean, I'll deal with that then. I mean, here's the thing. Guys, let's not lose sight of this. It's been an incredibly close series. Like, I know 3 of the 4 games went against them, but let's not act like the Knicks have, throttled the Sixers in this series. They haven't. Now, again, I'm not trying to be naive. I mean, I understand this whole thing might come crashing down tonight, and there's a better chance that it will than won't because the Knicks are home and, they're a very good basketball team. Well, all right. They're also not that great.
Tougher.
They're better.
They are
it took
tougher.
50
They're
points
meaner.
from
They're
Embiid to get
stronger.
one win. One win.
All right, James,
I know
where
it's
are
been
you
close.
here?
I
Talk
think
to
the
me.
Knicks are winning the series. I think tonight has way more chances to be Game 7 against Boston vibes than the Sixers winning tonight. Like, I could see them losing by 30 tonight. The Knicks are better. The Knicks have outplayed them, out-hustled them, out-wanted them. And Embiid just can't survive these games. Like, we're talking about surviving series. He can't get through a freaking game and be there at the end of the game. He has 2 rebounds in the fourth quarter in the series.
Yeah.
In the entire series. He has 2 rebounds in the fourth quarter. Like, they're just not good enough. The Knicks are better.
So
they might not be as talented at the top. They are a better basketball team, just like I thought coming in. Like, they're better.
So of all the things that worry me for tonight.
And we are worse. There are guys like Buddy Hield who is so much worse than I expected.
Yeah, disaster. Of all the things that worry me for tonight, the thing that worries me the most is that Embiid might not be able to finish the game effectively because in 3 of the 4 games he has not finished the game effectively.
Might not even show up. If history is a barometer.
Would not
like,
shock
let's
me.
remember the last time there was a season on the line game for the Sixers.
Yep.
Where the hell was Joel Embiid?
No, and you could see it right away in Game 7 versus Boston. Well, look, we'll take your calls at 215-592-9494. Do you think this thing
If he's feeling sorry for himself, if you see him moping around, it's done. The moment you see him mope, that is the wrong attitude to have, and you see that emerge. You see it emerge throughout. That's the root of the problems that the Sixers are having.
Well, look, all of it on the table. 215-592-9494. Do they still have a legitimate shot and a close series in points, listen, the only game that really was kind of a runaway at the end was the one game the Sixers won. 3 games the Knicks won were all very close. Do you think the Sixers still have a realistic shot, or is it all but over already? 215-592-9494. Your phone calls all show on that. We'll get into the Phils. They dropped an annoying one last night. Some concern about Sir Anthony. We'll get to the Eagles as well, obviously a couple days from the draft. All of it on the table. Your phone calls. Joe DeCamera, John Ritchie. It's 94 WIP.